SASD. Like, this is cool.
SSDD.
SSDD. Same
Yeah.
shit, different day.
You know where that's from?
No.
It's a military term.
It's a military.
Like if you played Call of Duty,
Yeah, I played Call of Duty.
you know those like tags that you would get like on emblems and everything like that. There was one that was FNG, which was fucking new guy,
Oh, fucking.
and then SSD, which is same shit, different day.
Same shit, different day.
Mm-hmm.
I like that term. That's a good term right there.
Lot
There's
of mil-
there's another military one that I like. That's is just easy day. When you're like doing something difficult, just say easy day.
Easy day.
Easy, just tell it to yourself. Easy day, and
Okay.
that's cool.
Well, welcome to the podcast.
Thank you for
Why don't you go
having
ahead
me.
and introduce yourself?
All right. My name is Anthony Mars.
Mars.
Mars Farias with an F.
Wait, so Mars is your middle name?
Mars is my middle name. Yeah.
Where does that come from?
Just my dad's name is Marcelo, so mom didn't want to put like two big names, Anthony Marcelo, so she just cut it in half.
Really?
So she was like Anthony Mars, but in the birth like, certificate, they spelt it wrong, so it's Mare, so it's Mare instead of with the S. But I always just been putting the S on my.
Have you ever
E's.
gotten that fixed, or is that legally
just-
what you are?
That's legally what I am, but that's
Okay.
the way my middle name is. I know is Mars with an S,
Okay.
so that's the way I keep it.
And well,
Yeah.
tell me a little bit about yourself. What are you doing like right now?
Right now, well, I just moved from LA over here to Houston. Been here year and a half. I'll say a year and a half, about there. I got a job as a server. I work over there at Kitchen and Cantina. Good
Mhm.
company. Have you ever been out there? Like to those restaurants?
No,
No?
not much. I've been to one of my sister's restaurants, but that was like Memorial Mall.
Memorial Mall.
Yeah. I don't know.
Oh,
I don't think I've
yeah. I
been-
know that. That's Guadalajara, right? Somewhere out there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I went there like it was like one of our anniversary dinners. We went there. It was nice.
I gotta go to that place, see what's up with
But-
Tex-Mex.
But this place that you're at, like, you like it? What do you think?
I like it. It's cool. I liked when I first worked there. Like my managers, the first time because they gave opportunity to people that did want to work. Like they weren't just like slacking off. They
Mhm.
wanted to work. They were doing their stuff. With these managers, like they kind of cut your sections into little spots, and you get 3 tables or this or that. And sometimes I'm like the head waiter, and like it's like, bro, like I need a little bit more than 3 tables. Sometimes I can handle that.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I mean, the only food industry I've done was a barista, so I've never really done a waiter job. I give me a little bit of an inside perspective of what it is to be a waiter. Like,
So I looked it up just to see what they were gonna say, like on the Google, like server, how's a server job,
mhm.
and it said it's actually one of the most stressful jobs because you got to multitask. So when I first started out, I definitely fumbled, but I quickly, I was a fast learner, so I did what I had to do. You start off, you introduce yourself, you ask them as their first time if they're, like you go through these steps, you go through
Mhm.
the steps like. This is your first time. Oh, you guys want like something to eat first, like queso, guacamole,
Mhm.
little appetizers, whatever restaurant you're working at. And then you start off like that, you just do the same thing for every table that you have. Try to put every table as one big table.
Mhm.
So it becomes easier and easier as you do it,
What is it about difficult people that make your job hard?
Difficultness is I would say,
Because you think they'd be nice. You're gonna feed them.
yeah.
You're
Well,
gonna-
they're hungry.
Yeah, you're gonna be there for them. You're gonna care for them, and yet they're the
Yeah.
assholes sometimes.
Yeah, sometimes they're assholes.
they're hangry.
Yeah.
You gotta treat them like babies sometimes.
Yeah, you gotta treat them
I'll
cool.
get you taken
Yeah,
care of.
you gotta comb them and shit. Tell them what they want.
Right.
You want some margaritas today. It's a Friday. It's a hot day. You want a frozen one, or you want this or that. You want to try this. I always try to like I gotta sell. The way I have to do it is you gotta sell. You gotta sell the good items. And the thing I like about the restaurant is it has good food.
Right.
It's hard to sell something that's shitty and you're not shitty.
Right. I mean, I've known a lot of people that got into sales, and I always ask them, like, they're in it for the money, but they don't really care about what they're selling. When you actually have something that you can back and then trust, it's easier to sell, and especially when it's good food, man.
Yeah,
I
when it's
love
good food, it's just like what you're selling and what you're telling them, and every time they eat it, They're like, oh yeah, good choice, good choice. That was a good one right there. Good one on that one.
So you
You
never
know,
deal with difficult people? I mean, you're a pretty
I
nice guy. You're
I
like real
I
approachable.
there's some people that are just mean. You know, some people can just be mean. They don't want to talk. They
Hmm.
just want to order and that's it, and then
They
just
just
leave them
want to,
alone.
yeah, okay.
In the morning for like lunchtimes, there's always like business people coming in. Business people coming in, and they're always talking business with like everybody else. You know, they're talking and
You got to
they
be
kind of
respectful.
they gotta ignore. They ignore you. You know, you're like, damn. Like, and I gotta raise my voice up
Hmm.
and like, hey guys, how's it going? Like, can I get you guys this or that? And they look at me funny, like, didn't mean to interrupt you guys.
You came to eat,
Yeah,
right?
you came to eat. You came to eat.
Doing my job.
Let me get you something to drink. I know it's hot out there. You know what you guys need. Usually it's always like iced teas or some water. There's a few that get margaritas during lunchtime, and I think that's kind of cool.
Hmm.
Margaritas, why not? You know, it's gonna be a fun table when to get some margaritas going on.
Alcohol makes them leave. So is this what
Yeah.
you see yourself doing? Like just being a waiter, or where do you see
No.
yourself going with it?
So for sure, I know that I don't want to be there more than 5 years as a waiter. I think it's cool, but just for right now, just to pay the bills. It's just to pay the bills, and it pays the bills for right now. I didn't know what I really wanted to do. You know, it's just there's so many things you can do. You know, there's just nothing that really.
What were you doing before you came to Texas?
Before I came to Texas, uh, I know that I'm a hard worker because I worked at a junkyard. I worked at a junkyard, like a car junkyard, and I would always like work from 6 to 6. And I was 18. I was 18 at that time,
Hmm.
and um, I was just there putting in hours, and I would come home dirty, super dirty, and I would go to school. You know, so I know I'm a hard worker, but before coming here, I worked as a busser.
Okay.
And I worked as a busser at a different restaurant, and like I wanted to be a server, but they were like they need a server, so they're not gonna promote me.
Yeah.
So I was like, all right, well, this ain't it. And then like COVID was happening, and they were like, mask, 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 and I
Hmm.
would wear my mask, but like I would kind of put it under the nose type of thing, and it's like I'm trying to breathe. I'm running around, and so many people
It
is
was
like,
hard. I worked construction during that time, and to be doing that and
uh,
outside, just sweating, it was. I
yeah,
had to take it off sometimes. I wasn't gonna lie,
yeah.
but so you kind of, I mean, you say that you know you're a hard worker, but you don't know. I mean, how old are you?
I'm 27. Next month I'll be 28 for sure.
28.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'll be 28. I just don't know. I know that I want. What I do know that I want is like owning a piece of land. You know,
Okay. You
living
want
off the
so
land.
I mean, there's nothing that you want to do but just live a life, is what you're
Yeah,
saying.
live a life freely, the
Yeah.
way it is, the way it's supposed to be. You
I think
know,
so. That's great.
definitely something like
No, I
that.
remember that one. Where did we go? That spring place,
Oh yeah,
Krause
Cross
Springs.
Springs.
That's a
Yeah,
nice piece of land. And
yeah.
I think just being in land and the way that they used it to make profit off of it was pretty interesting.
Mm,
And I think that's something that we're trying to do too, with Bia's dog training, I'm trying to
yeah.
get her, you know,
Get her set up.
get her set
Yeah,
up.
get her
Yeah,
set up.
for sure. And I
Yeah.
think just living off the land is always a great thing to do. I think that's what we're all
Uh,
made to do.
honestly, yeah. There was something your sister was telling me like that she wanted to like that. Yeah, she wants to like grab the whole family and buy like so much land, like 60 acres or so, and just everybody has their own house and that piece of land. And
And it
like
was
they're all,
funny is that we did have it when we were younger. We had three
yeah,
houses and a big warehouse.
yeah.
And I think that's where it stems from. I
Mhm.
enjoyed that as well. We're a big family, and so we're always just trying to look out for each other. And so it's nice, I think
Yeah.
it's pretty cool. But no, I mean, I think it's always a good job to have as a waitress. You meet a lot of people, and I mean, is there any crazy people that you've met out there?
Like as being a waiter,
Yeah,
crazy people.
not crazy, interesting. I would
Interesting.
say.
So the
Not
place that I
crazy.
work at, I know for sure Snap is in Memorial, and Memorial's the area where my restaurant is at. There's always a bunch of rich folks that come in there, like financial finance people, oil people,
A
generation
lot of oil people
wealth,
here in
yeah,
Texas. Yeah.
wealth and stuff like that. So they're always cool. They keep it cool. Some people come in and like they a little, oh, I get, like they um their ego comes into play sometimes. I make so much money. Yeah,
Mhm.
I own, like they act like they own the restaurant, but they don't.
Mhm.
Don't tell me what to do or this or that. I'm the server here. I know what you want, or I know what you know.
A lot of people are disconnected like that. You
Yeah,
know, that
yeah,
they see you in that job, and that's kind of what they just leave you as. They don't leave you as nothing more as a person. And I think that's demoralizing. And I mean, you don't want to serve those people. Have you ever
mm-mm.
seen that movie Waiting?
Yeah, that movie's funny.
One of my favorite movies, honestly. And that's why I always respected my waiters or waitresses,
Yeah,
because they could easily
they could do something.
they could do something to
They could
your
do
food,
something.
your
Yeah,
drink.
that's a good movie. I think people should definitely watch
Have
that
you ever
movie.
seen that happen?
I've never seen that happen.
We don't even
No.
have to say about where you like
I don't. I don't
previous.
think I've seen that happen. No, 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 no. Not like that. Sometimes what I do see is touching with bare hands, or touching with a dirty glove that you touch
Mm-hmm.
something else and you got a glove, but
Mm-hmm.
you forgot that you touched something dirty and you're like touched, whatever else
Is it
kind of food.
intentional or
It's just
accidental?
accidental. It's just sometimes like they just doing their thing and like they like, oh, and it's like I would prefer if you didn't touch it like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean
It's
now
food. It's just
it's
how I go.
food. It's hot. It's just nowadays with happened with COVID, everyone's more cautious with
Everyone's more
germs and
cautious.
everything
Yeah.
like that.
There was actually a documentary on a Netflix talking about poisonous. It was Roman lettuce and like a chicken and like beef and eggs and salmonella, and I was like, that's very eye opening for sure. Like you think about what you eat and how you're gonna eat it.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta wash your vegetables. And you cut chicken, go wash your hands. Don't touch nothing else.
Mm-hmm.
Type of thing. Yeah.
So can I go back to, you said that you came here from California, right? Did you
Mhm.
go to school there for your whole life?
Yeah, I definitely. I born and raised in LA. Yeah, I went to school. I moved so many times, and so I didn't stick to one school.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was just there. From elementary to high school, just I couldn't really make friends like that. Maybe one or two, but not like
Why'd
that.
you move a lot?
Just parents. I didn't really know why. I was just I don't know why they moved so much. I didn't really know. I was just there. I was just along the ride.
Mm-hmm.
Excuse me. Just basically along the ride.
So you keep in contact with anyone over?
Yeah. My mom,
Besides your mom
my
and
mom, my dad.
yeah.
My best friend that's over there in California. I actually met him in college. Just where I met my best friend.
In
He
in college in
college
California?
in California. Went to El Camino. We were doing theater classes. I was in
Theater.
an improv class.
How was that?
That's a fun class. I always recommend people just to do an improv, just to do it, because it opens you up.
Mm-hmm.
It opens you up. If for me personally, I challenged myself because I was like, everybody's afraid to raise their hand when the teacher asks who wants to come up.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, just
It
go up
makes you
there,
get
just
out of
go
your
up there. Just
comfort
yeah, you got to
zone,
get out of
right?
your comfort zone. This is about. And you just say whatever comes into mind or whatever the exercise is about. And honestly, that taking acting classes definitely changed me as a person. College they tell you to take this class or that class, what you want to do for your major. I didn't know, so I took classes that I liked,
Mm-hmm.
which was theater, automotive, and I took a business class, but it's just too boring for me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
So, like, are you into movies now and cars? Those are like one of your big interests in life right now?
yeah, definitely. Fixing my own car, fixing somebody else's car that I know is close to me would be like, I can do that. I like to challenge myself.
A lot of people a lot of people have their own body shops at their houses,
Yeah.
which is crazy.
Oh wow.
You know, some
Yeah.
people do old car restorations and things like that.
Uh-huh.
And I think that's pretty cool stuff to
That is
do.
pretty cool, actually. Restorations and stuff.
Hmm.
Finding a cool car to just make it your project and try to like do this or do that.
That's what people do. They go look at junkyards, they look at
Yeah.
cars that need a little bit of TLC. They put some time into it and they flip it. Basically, like they flip homes. They buy
Yeah.
for a short amount. They
Yeah.
put a little bit of price into it, and then they upcharge it
Yeah.
because it's nice and they restored it, and it's one of those rare cars. And I think they make pretty good
They
money.
make pretty good money. They
No,
make pretty good money.
Is there anything that you remember from school that that's the year that shit happened, and it kind of changed anything or anything like that in LA?
In LA, uh, my schools were. I mean, I moved all the time, so it's kind of hard to the crazy thing that happened. But I do know that you know how every senior they do senior prank or whatever.
Yeah.
They caught some people. They caught some people because the people that were they did vandalism really really bad.
Yeah.
They graffitied the whole field, and then
Jesus.
like they ripped some of the turf out. Some people let chickens out. They threw some chickens
They threw a
inside.
chicken.
They threw chickens inside the school, so
Wow.
there was stuff out
Someone had to
there.
catch that.
Yeah, someone had
For
to catch that.
I went to school here in Springwoods, and one year Northbrook High School, they, I don't know what shit it was, but it was shit, and they
Oh,
smeared it all over the scoreboard and the soccer fields. It was on the
oh,
bleachers and everything, dude. It was
man, they had to
nasty.
come out here and clean it up. Who would they do that? They just like throw it in there, like they had to grab it and throw it up there.
They had
They
to.
had to
They
get it
had to
up
have like a ladder, and it was nasty. I don't know what it is about kids and vandalizing. I remember,
there.
I think my sister, she got a ticket for trespassing,
Yeah, yeah.
Rosa, and I don't think she was doing graffiti, but someone was doing graffiti. I don't know.
She was just caught in the act.
I gotta
Somebody
get her
else-
on here so she can tell her story.
Yeah, definitely get her on. It'll be a fun one.
But
Yeah.
anything else?
Nah, school, nah.
No fights?
Fights for me in school. I didn't really get much into fights. I remember just a couple in one in high school, and I would get jumped a lot.
You got jumped?
I got jumped a lot, and
Why?
And from middle school to high school, there's a couple times where got jumped. So middle school is just it's just kids, man. They doing their thing. I went to the school called Gompers. It's in Watts, which is super ghetto ass place, and like they just doing stupid stuff. They just
They
I don't know. They
they
always
stole your shit?
they didn't steal my shit. They just wanted to jump me all the time. Literally, there's a corner
Wait, so
store.
you're saying that you were being bullied?
I was basically getting bullied by these people.
Because that's like if it's the same people, then I think
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
targeting. That's
100%. They knew that they were targeting who they were
What's
targeting.
up, bitches?
Yeah, because I wouldn't fight back. I didn't know how to fight. I didn't know. I was scared. I didn't know. I was like, why are they doing this to me?
Well,
Like,
yeah,
why,
I mean, you
know?
said that you would move around a lot. You didn't have a lot of friends to be there with you.
Yeah, I didn't really have friends like
That's
that.
kind of fucked up.
Yeah, that is.
I mean,
fucked up.
I had a bullying issue when I was in middle school,
Yeah.
and it was mostly because of my weight and you know how
Yeah.
kids are with weight and
Yeah.
everything like that.
Yeah.
And you know, it sucked, but it really showed you who you can be, your
Who can
friends
be.
and everything like that.
Yeah.
But I'm maybe that's why you met your best friend in college. You know,
Yeah, ain't nobody really was friends in middle school like that.
you don't find real people in high
Oh,
school,
nah.
honestly. To be at.
Yeah, I mean, even when I was in basketball. So the thing with basketball in high school for me is definitely one of the sports that I played. In high school for me was, I was always like trying to be a good player.
What
Yeah.
position?
I was like a center. I was there in the middle
Okay.
just because I was sort of tall, and but I was trying to be cool with everybody, but everybody was like too cool for everybody. You know,
Yeah.
if you weren't in that group, you ain't nobody, or you're in that group, you ain't nobody. And this is high school
Mm-hmm.
is, and I remember that I was new and practice was over. It was like 7 o'clock. I'm waiting for my mom in the front of the office, and like I just see a bunch of high schoolers from the basketball team, and they're like varsity team.
Okay.
So these are older, and they're like, "Oh, we're gonna do a ritual. We're gonna do a ritual on the new guy over here." And I was like, "I don't fuck with that," because they all came and started running at me. They're like, "Oh, there he is!"
Oh hell. What
They
the
started
hell?
running at me, and I was like, "Oh shit!" So I instantly knew because I've been jumped from middle school. You know, I know how these fools. You get that feeling, and
Yeah.
I'm running around the school. I'm running out of school, and they're fast. They're these fools are
The
fast.
varsity. Yeah.
They grabbed my backpack, and like I slipped away, and I took off running. I just took off running. I don't know how he got slowed down, but uh, uh, he slowed down, and I kept running and running, and I hid myself. And then like I was on the other side of the fence. He was there, and he threw my backpack over. He was like, "Fool, just come over. Fool, we're gonna do like a ritual, you know, just what we do for the freshmen for the fresh league or whatever." And I was like,
Mhm.
"Nah, I don't trust you guys like that. Fuck that shit.
Oh, that's
I'm not
fucked up.
doing that."
Yeah.
Yeah, but it was I like my being in basketball. It was fun. I love band. You know, you go out there, it's it's cool. You know, you hear the band playing, like motivates you and
And yeah,
shit.
those people are more understanding, and they probably won't jump you with a tuba or a trumpet. They'll
Nah,
be like, "Hey, we're cool."
we're cool, we're cool, yeah. But the sound of the drums and the trumpet and all that was dope for
We
sure.
just went to the Kima, and I was thinking to myself that whole concert, how like the drummers are always like the heartbeat of the band. I just think it's very interesting. I took a drum class in middle school,
Yeah,
a little percussion class. I did all right, but I
yeah.
wasn't too good at it.
Nah, you just wanted to try it out, see
Yeah,
what's that.
see if I
Yeah.
was any good musically talented. No, I
Yeah, you didn't
wasn't.
like it?
No.
I see you got a guitar right there.
I
Sometimes.
yeah, I've practiced on there. I know a few riffs,
Uh-huh.
but I can't do the chords. The chords is what breaks my
That's what
hand.
breaks it, huh? I tried the
Yeah.
guitar too, and it's just I don't know what it is with the chords and the.
Yeah, the next one I want to try is possibly piano, but that
Mhm.
one's very intricate. You got to remember
Yeah.
the keys and all that. Use your feet at the same time.
Yeah,
But I love the melodies that you can make with it.
yeah, like La La Land. That's
One of my
one
favorite
of the cool ones.
musicals.
Yeah,
I was telling that to Bia the other day. Like I like musicals, but only good musicals.
yeah,
Like I don't want like those musicals with like the lame ass music, the High School Musical specifically.
yeah. I don't
Like
I'm
La La
cool.
Land, Sweeney Todd.
Sweeney Todd.
What was another one that?
That one with Hugh Jackman.
That's a great
That's
one.
a
The
good one.
Greatest Showman. That's
The
a good
Greatest
one.
Showman is.
Yeah, that's a good one.
That's a good musical.
Yeah, I
for
like
sure.
musicals, but the music's gotta
Yeah.
like get me.
Yeah.
You
You
know,
can't go wrong with. I mean, personally, with me, Grease. You just can't go wrong with Grease. It's just the
I
old
don't
school.
think I've seen that.
You haven't
movie.
seen Grease?
No, I haven't seen
It's
it.
good. It's a good movie. It's
I've
with John
seen quite a
Travolta.
few old movies. Probably the movie from that era that I remember is West Side Story. Have you seen that movie?
West Side Story. I have not seen West.
They played it in school all the time, or we read it and then we would see it to see kind of how they would incorporate book to movies and
Uh-huh.
narrations and things like that.
Mm.
Um,
I don't
also,
think I
The
got that.
Princess Bride. Have you seen that movie?
Princess Bride. I have not seen.
Really? That's a great movie.
Yeah.
You should watch that
It's
one.
a
That was-
musical.
no, it's not a musical.
It's just
It's just another one of the movies that they would show us at school.
Princess and the Pride, right?
Oh, The Princess Bride.
The Princess Bride.
Yeah,
Gotta take a look at that one.
Yeah.
Honestly, that one.
I'm surprised you haven't seen it with Belen.
Uh-uh.
I think she likes that movie.
Yeah.
You should surprise her with that movie.
I'll be like, hey, we're gonna watch this movie.
yeah,
I never seen it.
Yeah, I heard it was a good
Yeah, I
movie.
heard it.
Yeah. So, it was really
Yeah,
nice.
yeah.
But I like movies.
I
I'm a
love
big
movies.
a big fan of movies,
Who
and
doesn't like
surprisingly, I'm guessing that's what got you into drama and theater class.
Yeah, job theater.
Anything that, well, I guess instead of just negative things, let's think of some positive. Anything positive that you remember from your experiences in California, something that you'd like to share.
California. Oh man, every time I just miss. I miss the food, California's food, LA food. It was just always the bomb. It's tacos, the street food, tortas or whatever. The beach for me, the beach was prime time for me. It was one of my favorites for sure.
Just like the environment
Just
too
the
around the
environment,
beach.
the atmosphere, the feeling of the cold breeze, like the fresh breeze on a hot day. That's something that's very memorable for me. Is that, or family time, family gatherings was another big one for me.
What would you guys do at family gatherings? Just have like
Carne asada,
carne asada
like
and
a little carne
everything like that.
asada. Everybody comes out, or like a birthday.
where are your parents from again?
They're from Jalisco, Guadalajara.
Okay, like straight from like.
It was just like 2 hours away. It's like a little town called Tuxpan, Jalisco.
Have you been
Yeah,
to
I've been
Mexico?
there. I've been there a couple of times. Before I came to Houston, I was in Mexico for 3 months.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I was there for 3 months. It was cool, but
What for?
just because I left that busser job.
Oh okay.
I left that busser job, and I was like, this ain't working for me. And I didn't know what else to do. My mom was leaving to Mexico, so I was like, let me just go out there, see what I do. And then I thought about some things and was listening to motivators and stuff like that. And I came out here to check it out, see how I like it. And I liked it. I was
Yeah.
like, it's cool. This is why I'm here in Houston. But
I'm thinking about getting land in Mexico too. Mexico.
yeah, that's a good.
I think it's good over there.
That's good over there. That's
I
something
don't
that-
want to sound like all the what is it? What do they call multi something like what the white people have been going over
Oh,
there.
you talking about like genocide? Oh, is it called genocide?
No,
Not
genocide is a different thing.
that's my bad.
That's like
I don't know
that's
my
like the
words, bro.
killing.
That's my
of
fault.
multiple people,
Yeah, I know what you're talking
multiple
about though. It's
religions. I think it's a
it's
whole religion.
that's something. I know where you're going though.
Yeah,
Like,
see, I mean,
disregarding that
we're
word.
not professionals, people. We're just two casual average Joes just having a
Yeah,
chit chat. So
yeah,
don't come to us for advice, okay?
yeah. No,
Don't quote
I'm
us
not
on
the
anything.
best.
Yeah, not the best.
Yeah, honestly, but you wanna some good food? Come to my come to my restaurant
Yes.
for real.
Yeah, that
Yeah,
food, we know food.
yeah, we do food.
I'll tell you that. But so you came from, so you were born in California, you went to Mexico, and then you came here. Anything in Mexico that you love about
Mexico.
besides the food? You
I
can't
mean,
give food. Don't give me another food
is
answer.
number one is food, but I get to see my other family that I don't get to see often. You know, it's
Every time I went, I honestly felt more in touch with my soul.
yeah,
I felt more in touch with the earth.
like you belong there.
Like yeah, everything felt more connected. I
Yeah.
could say everything felt like it had a purpose.
Yeah,
Versus here in America, it just feels like you're just coasting. You're just going and you're moving. There's never a pause.
yeah,
And
yeah.
I
It's
feel
just
like
working.
American life is just really fast.
Yeah,
I feel like everywhere else they're taking it slow. They're not that serious about it. I feel
Yeah.
like that's why the whole world hates Americans.
because when they come over here, they're like, "Oh, this is different from wherever they came from."
Right.
Mexico it's a slow one. People definitely want to move out there. I know my brother does. He wants to land out there, and like Mexico is cool, but I never really felt in tune with like Mexico. I like Mexico. I like the atmosphere and get to see my family, the food. But like how you feel, I've never really felt like that. I never really felt like that's where I would belong. You know,
I mean, it's all about time and perspective
time and perspective.
because when time passes, you look at things differently.
Yeah,
And that's probably it. Your brother probably didn't like it at first, and then when he went again, he's like, "This is making me change my mind."
yeah,
I feel like time will always will help you in a lot of things.
well, yeah. You're always growing, and you're always, improving and like trying to see what's the best idea for you for
Mhm.
whoever you're with. I know that being around the ocean is where I feel the most in tune.
Mhm.
So like close to the ocean is where I feel most calm and like that's where I belong. That's
You like the
something.
water? You like being in the water?
Yeah, I like
A
being in the water.
merman?
Little merman over here that can't even swim.
That's crazy. You were born like on an ocean
California.
state, and
Yeah.
then you come to Houston, which is also close to an ocean,
Yeah.
but you don't know how to
I
swim.
don't really know how to. I can swim here and there, but not like if you threw me in the middle somewhere deep,
What is it
it's
that
gonna be hard for me to get up, float. Is it-
why don't you want to like learn how to
I
swim?
want to learn, but I just don't know where to go. I've seen some swim schools.
I've
and
told
stuff.
you, my girl.
Yeah, your girl does.
I mean,
Yeah.
that's a free teacher right
That is a
there.
free
Every time that
teacher.
we go, we've gone to like how many pools and lakes.
Pools and lakes and.
She teaches
and
our
hers.
nieces all the time too, and they're learning.
I always sing. I whenever time BS says, "Oh, this is how you do it," and like I take those notes with me too.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm out there and I'm trying them. Like, oh, that works. I see.
Yeah.
Okay, I know how
She's
to
a
do
good swim teacher.
it. Yeah. I mean, she swims. You seen her backstrokes over there last
Yeah.
time.
I think she's full blood mermaid,
Yeah.
Brazilian mermaid. Honestly,
Yeah.
every time we go somewhere, I can
She
never.
doesn't
get
want
her.
to leave the water either.
She doesn't,
Yeah.
and I'm just like, once she gets out of the water, eats, falls asleep. That's it.
That's the best.
I don't see
That's
her
the
until
best.
the next morning. I don't talk to her until then.
Yeah. That's how it goes.
But no, that's good. I've
Yeah.
always liked. You like lakes? Lakes?
Lakes.
Yeah,
I like lakes. They're cool.
lake houses are pretty nice.
Lake houses are really cool.
Yeah.
Actually, I've seen some around.
Because beach
Zillow.
houses are too expensive, and
Yeah.
you say you want land and you feel closer to the ocean and
Yeah.
things like that.
Yeah, that's the thing that always like separates me in my decisions of making. It's like I like having a big piece of land, like nature, so I can have nature or whatever. But at the same time, I like the ocean too. I want to be out there. I want to
Mhm.
enjoy being in the sand, getting some sun, hearing the waves. But then at the same time, I want to be out there, like in a ranch house or something, with some horses or some chickens and just.
We got to tell that
ki-
guy from Krause Springs to sell us his land.
Yeah,
that's-
But
He's
it's
got a nice waterfall.
put us in the will or something.
Yeah,
You know, hey man,
right there.
you know,
You don't know me at all, but let me just get in your
yeah,
will.
let me just get in your will, man. We'll
Give me
take care
like
of it.
that side of your land,
Yeah,
and I'll
yeah,
be
yeah,
fine.
yeah. I say cut it into pieces, man. We'll be all
Ha-
right.
Have you seen Yellowstone?
Some of it, some of it.
Have you seen the land that they always have there?
Yeah, it's a lot of
That's
land.
beautiful.
That's a lot of land.
It's a lot of
It's a
land. That's
lot of
way too
land,
much
dude.
land that I
It's
would
one
like
hundred percent too much land. I don't even know how you manage that.
with a lot of people.
Yeah, a lot of people, but I think some of the land they use it like they can use it for like hunting and stuff, which is kind of a cool business that some people have.
Yeah. With that
Yeah.
much land, you got to be, smart with it. You can
Mhm.
do a lot of things with it. And yeah, no, I think that's a lot of people's goals, but it's just hard nowadays. But hopefully, because yeah, that's one of my dreams too.
Get
So
out the rat race.
yeah, get out of here, man.
Get out there.
It's too fast here. It's not what it's about.
Yeah.
I like talking to people
Yeah.
and hearing any stories.
Yeah.
But
Man.
crazy story that's come out. Aliens are real. Do you believe in them?
I want to say that I do believe that there is extraterrestrials out there, but at the same time, because I am religious in a way, like I do believe in Jesus and like I try to read the Bible and like pray and stuff. And I tell my mom about it, like my like aliens are real and stuff. But she's like, no, those are demonios. There's a in the Bible it says
She
that
thinks they're demons.
yeah, she said that there's demons and like that's a planet that where God sent the fallen angels. He sent them to some kind of planet, and that planet is coming closer, closer, whatever.
So your mom thinks we're the center of the universe.
Yeah, something,
Okay.
something like that, basically. So she goes by what the Bible says, and I'm like, okay, that's understandable. I see that. I mean, do you think aliens exist?
I mean, it's been proven. The government came out and said it's true.
I mean, they say it's real, but who knows?
They say E.T. was based off a true story. That's what happened back
yeah.
then.
So all the X-File series and all that is real,
There's
probably.
there's a real story. This has been proven by multiple people that a small village in Brazil, a UFO crash landed there. Now I don't want to butcher the story, so I'll just give you partials of it. That some of the villagers, the residents there of the village, they were crossing into the town, and there was like a field, and three girls. They have interviews and everything. Three girls were walking past, and they saw what was someone crouched by the wall, just like really hunched up. And then the closer they got, it looked like a giant fly's head, big red eyes.
Was there a video of it?
No video.
No
video. This is just
Description.
descriptions of
Yeah.
it. And two of the girls ran, but one of the girls stayed behind because she was like communicating with it telepathically, is what she was saying.
Yeah.
It was basically asking for help, is what she remembered saying. They got scared and she ran back. And there was just this like really bad smell in that spot.
Ooh, they stinky.
When the military came to pick it up, one of the guys that picked it up grabbed it without any gloves or protection. He then was later hospitalized and died because of complications of some sort of
Whatever he
stuff in his
touched,
build.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
There was interviews. There was multiple people in the town that said that they saw it, and the military was there trying to.
Where was this again?
In Brazil, I
In
forget
Brazil.
the town that it was, but then at one point, everyone said that some USA military officials with black suits came in a helicopter, and they're saying that they picked up the alien body and took it with them.
Men in Black of Brazil.
And that's where the Men in Black stories come from, bro. And I think that's crazy. They probably got like the inside scoop, and then they probably made their own story about it. And
It's very crazy. So, if you saw alien, would you go up to it? And if it was communicating to you that it needed help, would
I
you
don't.
help?
It's. I would have to see it.
Yeah.
If it looks intimidating, I think I'm running the other way. If it looks like the ones from, have you seen the Scream parody movies?
Yeah, I've seen a screenshot.
If it looks like that, maybe I'll be like, "Hey, what's up, guy? What's up? What are you guys doing? You guys here for the water?"
Yeah, they're gonna start.
Just the Star Trek symbol.
Yeah, Star Trek
I don't know.
symbol shit.
I honestly wouldn't know what to do. I feel like I'd be just frozen. Probably speak to it in Spanish, see if it would.
See if it communicates in
You know,
Spanish.
are you the guys across the border aliens, or are you the aliens from outer
Yeah,
space?
from outer space, planet you came from.
Are you Jesus or are you bleep bloop bleep? I don't know, but
Yeah,
yeah, I think it's crazy that it's true. You know, there's been I don't know if you've seen the videos of aircrafts too.
I've seen videos of aircraft.
They're just incredibly fast.
Incredibly fast.
I saw this
100%.
comedian say if they're so technology, what's the word?
Like technologically advanced.
Technologic advanced. I'm saying that wrong.
Yeah,
Um,
like they're advanced.
technologically
There you
advanced.
go.
Technologically
There
advanced.
you go.
Why do they keep crash landing here?
I know, right? They crash down all the time.
They're going to. They said that it's probably like, you know how high schoolers they get drunk and they
Yeah,
drive and they do
yeah.
crazy shit. Like, let's go across
I think
the
I've
border,
seen
and
that.
then it's probably them. They're getting drunk.
Yeah,
let's
like,
go to
let's
the fucking
Let's go to
Earth.
Yeah,
Yeah,
let's go to Earth. Let's see what's up, and they just crash.
and they just
land.
crash land.
Yeah,
So
that's
that the one from Brazil, he was probably really dehydrated, and he's like,
yeah.
"I'm so hungover. Please help me."
That's why he stink. He stinked. That's why he smelled so bad, man.
Yeah, he was fucking
Nah.
puking his insides out.
I don't know. I feel like there could be a bigger play with bringing out the aliens. You know, all of a sudden saying that there's aliens.
Mm-hmm.
You know, why are they bringing it out all of a sudden? Is it because they're coming? So there's so many coming, they can't like cover it as much as they could, or we're getting more smarter.
that's a
there's
good thought.
cameras.
Yeah.
There's more cameras. Is it like a big plan? So they present an alien, or you can say like, oh, aliens came and pick up people.
Mm-hmm.
You know, this is like a cover that they want to say like, oh, it was an alien, not Jesus. Maybe Jesus came with the rapture.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I don't know if it's like they're gonna do something like that if Jesus does come for his people. You know, so that's something that I was like, I saw a video about, and I was like, that's interesting to take about it. You know, because in the Bible it says stuff like that. So I was like, that's
What's
cool.
crazy is that in a lot of different cultures, there's always some sort of serpent that they I guess praise. You know, a lot in Asian culture, you'll see a lot of serpents there. Vikings, they had serpents that they wrote
Mhm.
in their books,
Yeah.
and even in the Aztecs, they had Quetzalcoatl, I think
Mhm.
is what its name was, a feathered serpent.
The feather serpent.
And you know what kind of stuff was out there before? You know, what is that? Is that the stuff that the aliens took that they thought was worthy, and they just left us?
They left us. They took.
Like, they're just ants. You know,
Yeah,
let's
they
take
don't-
this
they don't
really
look as
cool looking dragon.
Yeah. Now they're coming back for us because we're smarter or something. Who
I
knows?
don't know. We're pretty stupid. I don't know. We're barely
Yeah,
getting
we're
out of
barely
our own
getting out.
atmosphere. We're not even
Yeah.
out of our range yet. We have to. What they're saying is that they want to do like a bounce station, so like launching
Mhm.
out of Earth onto Mars and kind of refuel up there, and then
Boom.
just,
Go to
launch from
somewhere
there
else.
to
Go to Pluto or something.
further. I don't know what Pluto. There's a lot of stuff out there.
Just to
There's
refuse.
a lot of stuff out there.
There's a lot of stuff out there. Space is so big, man. That's something I always wanted to do is go up to space.
That's the crazy shit, like Guardians of
Yeah.
the Galaxy stuff, like
Yeah.
teleporting to different
Yeah.
places. I don't know. I don't know if we'll ever be that in our lifetime. But it'd be nice to see
Yeah.
that we at least get close, because we're killing
Yeah.
this Earth, and
Yeah.
this Earth isn't gonna last a while.
Nah, man.
Well, I guess let's talk a little bit about you more. I mean, I've gotten to know you. Yeah, what you want in life and everything like that. What you got going for yourself right now?
Well, right now I'm debating on a couple things. On a couple things of what job I want to do next, because I like serving, like I was talking about. It's cool, but it's stressful. You know, you got to multitask and deal with people, deal with your managers, you know, and stuff like that. You know, there's this job called USIIC.
USIIC.
It's like a utility locator. You just
Okay.
go with some tools. You locate some utilities for like a homeowner, for like a business, or whatever. You just locate whatever it is, and you
Oh, the
paint it,
people that spray paint.
spray paint
Okay.
it, flag. You know,
That's pretty cool.
yeah. You know, some people get paid 20 over, 19.
Get yourself one of those fans so you don't get
Yeah.
too hot out there.
I was thinking about. I was just debating if like, oh, should I do this? I'll be by myself. They give you your own truck. They give you the training if you're not experienced, and that's something I'm debating. And I think I'm gonna apply for something like that because they have a couple positions in Woodlands and Tumble, and they give you your own car. So it's honestly
Mhm.
really cool. And I've been looking for a house because I'm definitely my lease is almost up.
Yeah, we were all talking about that
Yeah,
up north, and we're thinking up there too as well because we got some good land for
yeah,
good prices.
yeah.
And I think it's so hard nowadays, man, to find good house.
A good house, really, honestly. It's a good house, a good place, a good neighborhood. You know,
I
you
love barbecuing, and I want a house to be
Yeah.
able to barbecue.
barbecue, your carne asada,
Mhm.
whatever you want to do.
Mhm.
Yeah, man. I can't wait for South Padre, man. That's barbecue
That's
out there.
fun. I don't know if anyone who's listening to this has ever been to South Padre. Apparently, it's a really big college spring
Mhm.
break location. Kind of how like they would do in California or in Mexico.
Oh,
There's
Mexico,
some
yeah,
spring
yeah.
break locations.
Yeah.
South Padre is a big place for that.
Oh,
You'll
son.
see like a lot of the condos or the Airbnbs there.
Yeah.
They're set up like that.
For the spring
they're
breakers.
definitely throwing like cakers there.
Oh,
Totally
shit.
off the hook.
Off the
bro.
hook, bro. Come on, Dad. What college you go to?
But no, it's it's
That's
a big spot like that. I like the beach there. Honestly, to me, top three
Top 3
best beaches I've been to.
You've been to? What's the other ones that you've been to?
Shit, you put me on the spot. I mean, I was
If you
too
remember.
young to remember, but I've been to some in
You've seen
California.
Okay.
Um,
California is always gonna have some pretty
They
beaches.
got some nice one, but it was just like always too crowded. And I think it's because the time that it could be crowded like in the summertime at South Padre.
super crowded.
But the time that we went to is
yeah.
in September. There
Yeah.
was no one really there, dude.
Okay.
We had so
Okay.
much space to ourselves.
Okay.
And I don't know. I think for me personally, I like space, like
Yeah.
especially when we're like in a group, kind of want our group to be separate. I don't know if it's a me thing. I don't know.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
I get it.
But I don't know. That's I like
honestly.
personal privacy.
Yeah, personal privacy. That's why I kind of think about that job is I work alone. I don't have to, with like servers, with other servers. You
Because it
gotta
is
wait
it is a respectful job.
Yeah.
And I respect waitresses and waiters that do it, but it does take a lot out of you.
yeah.
At the end of the day, you've been serving everyone and you just want someone to serve you.
Yeah.
For real.
And so, but you had to come home and you cook yourself something and you got to serve
Yeah.
yourself, or, it's tiring having not to look at everyone but yourself.
For yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just,
No, I
it's
said
just
that
how it
wrong.
goes.
Having to look out to everyone. And then at the end of the night,
You come
you
for
have to take
yourself.
care of yourself.
Yeah.
That's tiring.
Yeah.
And
So you
it's-
got to plan and think about it the night before. Like, oh, but eat this in the morning, then go to work. I might eat at work because you get a discount at after that. What are you gonna eat, or do you have something prepared already for you? Like, did you cook before you went to work? Like, you gotta prepare
Mhm.
yourself. But getting served a food plate is really nice.
Mhm.
It's just always nice. Who doesn't love that?
Absolutely.
Something that I really used to do, as a server, I didn't used to do it, but now I do it. Is every time I go out, I kind of judge the servers. I'm like, are you a good server? Where are you at? Where's my server? at?
I used to do that when I was loss prevention. Like
Yeah.
when we left that job environment.
Mhm.
Like I would go to Target, Walmart, any really grocery store, and I would just see if I can find the loss prevention person before they could
Yeah.
find me. And usually I would find them first. And it was funny once me and Bia,
funny.
we went to a Walmart
Mhm.
and we were being watched. We were being
Oh.
followed. And we just kind of laughed it off. Like,
Uh-huh.
we understand that he had a job, but I was like, someone's probably stealing somewhere else while he's just following us. And I was
Yeah.
buying like arroz con leche cups. So I'm like,
Yeah.
what am I really
What
gonna
am I-
do
I'm
here?
taking my response.
Like I'm gonna just like open it and just put it in my pocket.
Yeah,
Like no.
no, it's not how it works. People just suspect them, but luckily I've never been followed like that.
Have you ever stolen before?
I've, I've, I've never stolen. Nah, I never really stole anything. I'm not a person to steal. I don't like stealing like that. I'm always like, nah, it's cool. You know,
Not even as a kid, you didn't steal anything.
Not even as a kid. Not even as a kid. I
Wow,
would
you're
steal
too good.
But I actually was followed one time actually.
Really?
I was followed one time at a grocery store. I was gonna go to a party, but I had to stop by to buy some drinks real quick, you know, some liquor and shit. And bro, I had smoked with a couple people, and I
Mm-hmm.
smelled like weed. But I mean, everybody smokes weed in California, so I don't really give a shit. So I went to the liquor store,
Mm-hmm.
and I was dressed up, ready to go to a party, and this is like in the hood or whatever. And somebody was just following me. They smelled me like I passed them. They smelled me, or like they just looked at me, and then that guy looked at the girl, and like they made like they communicated somehow, like, oh,
That's
let's go,
funny.
this is a target right here. And I was like, what the fuck? So I go to the aisle, like I'm looking for some shit, and they're following me, and I'm like, what the hell? So I book it really quickly, and I'm walking really fast, and like he's just gaining speed as you know, same thing, he's gaining speed, and I'm like, what the hell? Oh no, this isn't right, this isn't right. So I go to where there's a whole bunch of people. I'm trying to walk there as fast as I can, and before I make it out there, he stops. He stops because there was a lot of people out there. So I was like, damn, I don't know what this fool wanted. He wanted to do something. He wanted to smack me or something, fucking hit me, get whatever I have in my pockets or whatever. But I didn't like that. That was definitely an uncomfortable situation for me. Yeah.
I never felt comfortable following someone and then like watching them steal.
Mhm.
And what was crazy is that sometimes my Bia, when she would be at work, there would be guys following her with
Mhm.
like their phone in the back trying to record her.
Oh,
And that's crazy.
that is crazy.
And like I could understand why some people would, you know, when you're following someone and they, you know, they're like, "Hey, stop following me," because that's weird shit.
That
You know,
is
you don't
weird
just
shit.
follow someone like
Yeah.
that. And no, our job was always to like not be seen. And if he was kind of like showing himself off like that, he was just probably trying to like deter you, make you from not stealing. But
Okay.
he sucks at his job.
What did you like? You just go in like normal clothes or?
Yeah, I would go like this, honestly.
Oh shit.
I sometimes go in pajamas. I'd make myself look like a shopper. Yeah,
Like
I
you're just shopping for
wouldn't
you.
shave my beard or anything.
So how would you go about if you see somebody stealing? Like you have a walkie-talkie just ready.
Well, yeah, you would. So sometimes I would wear a beanie and hide the wire, make it look like I had
Oh, okay,
headphones on.
Yeah.
Or kind of like that person. You know, I'd look at the person that is working with me and be like, "Let's watch that person." But it would always have to like I would always have to have like suspicious behavior. I wouldn't just like, you know, oh, I think that person's gonna say, oh, I'm gonna go watch them. I would need to have some sort of reason. Like if you had a backpack, you know, you're more than likely to steal
Yeah.
because it's usually empty. Or the people who would just grab bags from the front and then just go into the store and just bag it in the grocery bag,
Yeah.
you know. Or if someone's wearing like huge jackets and big pants in the middle of summer,
I've seen that happen. Yeah.
you know, okay, you're gonna stuff your stuff
Yeah.
in.
I've seen some crazy people. Party City. I used to work at Party City, and people would just come in and steal. Like they would.
Mm-hmm.
There was like bags of candy, big bags of candy, and people were just ready to. Like some people would just come in and just take it and go out the door. Come in and get out the door.
Mm-hmm.
Like they would just come in and just steal like nothing. And you can't really do nothing because if you try, they're gonna
Yeah.
fire you, or you're gonna get.
And that's the crazy
charged.
part.
Yeah.
You know, back in the day when people had their own stores and things like that, they would beat the shit out of you if
Yeah.
you stole.
Yeah.
And I guess somewhere along our honorable justice system, the bad guy was able to sue
Yeah.
and for a lot of money,
Yeah.
which then creates civil rights, or not civil rights, humane rights, you know, as a person, you know, a citizen, that you can't beat the shit out of someone for stealing. you know.
America's backwards. I don't know.
Where I was working, we had handcuffs at one point, but we had to stop using them because one of the officers handcuffed a person to a flagpole in the middle of summer, and they just finished tackling them. And when they tackled them, they hit their head on the concrete. So then after that, we couldn't tackle people anymore,
Yeah.
and we
Yeah.
couldn't have handcuffs.
Yeah.
But then we had more people, you know, stop us with knives. They'd be like, "Don't come near me, I'll stab you." I had one guy pull a gun on me,
Mm.
you know, and a lot of the times they'll try to fight you.
Yeah, no, I'm good. I mean, they put a gun at me. The aisle is whatever you want there, sir. You can take whatever you want.
Yeah.
'Cause I'm not about to fight somebody with the gun.
That's
honestly.
why I left that. It wasn't worth it.
It's not worth.
It's not worth it
It's, bro. You're in danger. You know you don't
for
know
$15.
for $15 or whatever
Mhm.
whatever it is. Working at pickup at the junkyard, I had one of those things was I had to dig in people's bags to
Mhm.
see if they still like stole a part or anything. And I was like this little pulley, and I told him like, hey, you need to go pay for this. It's not yours. It's not this or that. And I was like, I mean, you can't come in with parts because then we think that you took it. So I need you to go over there and this and that. And this dude got mad. I mean, he was tall. I was 18. He was taller. He was an older dude. His tee on. He looked like he works on cars because he has some muscle going on. And he's like, "You want me to beat the shit out of you? You want me to hit? You want me to hit you?
You want me to hit
bro?"
you?
Like he was like, "I'm gonna fuck you up, bro." And I was like, and then at that moment, I was like, you know what, whatever. And from there on, when I saw like a little part or anything, I was like, this ain't shit. It's whatever. It's not worth the stress. It's not me getting jumped or like getting hit.
Mhm.
I was like, I'm just gonna leave it be, bro. Fuck that
Mhm.
shit. I'm not doing that. So anytime anybody came with a part, I was like, yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
Fuck that.
Oh, well, you're a really nice guy.
Thanks,
You know,
man.
I really hope
You're a
things
cool
go
dude
good
too,
for
man.
you.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you. You know, I try
Yeah.
to just be nice and down to earth.
Yeah.
But thank you for coming on. I
Yeah.
really appreciated your story and you taking your time and, you know, telling me about it.
Yeah.
Don't got much else for you, you know, just kind of better to know you. If you guys are listening and you want to come onto the podcast, or what we're thinking of doing, kind of like a new segment of what I think is just because I've been seeing it on the internet a lot is I don't
Mhm.
know if you've seen it, like, am I the asshole?
Am I the asshole? Oh, I've seen
I
that.
would
I've seen
love
that.
it if some people would want to send their stories and we can
Yeah.
definitely talk about it and see if you are the asshole, or if you just want to have like anonymous stories where you just really want to tell us something. We'll definitely you know, speak about it on here. You can reach out to us on Twitter or Instagram. That on Twitter is SSDD_podcast, or on Instagram at SSDD_pod. I've been your host, Sacramento, and our guest, if you want to say your name one more time.
Anthony Mars Farias.
You said that like you forgot your
Yeah, I
name.
was like, hey, Mars Farias.
Thank you again for coming
Yeah,
on.
no,
I
for sure, man.
appreciate
was
it.
cool being up here. Yeah.
Again, if you guys want to reach out to us and have some of your questions appear on here, totally love that. But until then, everyone have a great day.